ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। We were in the Gayatri Brahmanam, which is the 14th Brahmana in the 5th chapter, which is part of the Khila Kanda of Brhadaranyaka. Here we already saw that Gayatri has 3 padas. Each pada you have to visualize differently and do upasana. That is the Gayatri upasana which is specified here. The first pada is all the 3 lokas. The next pada is the 3 Veda, and the last pada is the 3 pranas. And in this manner, if you do the upasana, the 3 padas themselves are abhidhana, and the abhidheya, the one which is indicated by these 3, is the Surya Mandalastha Purusha, who is the Chaturtha pada, it is said here. Okay, the 4th pada. Now all these things are only sagunam. Okay, the whole upasana is saguna upasana. It has its own phala. Now to praise this Gayatri upasana, the Gayatri itself is both a chandas, and also we have a very popular Gayatri mantra which is there in this chandas, correct? Which is actually the Savitri mantra. This mantra is the one which is given as Upadesha during the Upanayana, the Savitri mantra. Now the interesting thing is this Savitri mantra itself is available in 2 different chandas, okay, 2 different meters. The Anushtup Savitri mantra is there. Now the Anushtup chandas itself has a devata, which is the Vag devata or Saraswati. And then the Gayatri chandas, in that chandas also we have the Savitri mantra, which is the more commonly and popularly known Gayatri mantra. And the devata for the Gayatri chandas is the Hiranyagarbha or Prana devata. Now some people, it was said previously, some people's opinion is that during the Upanayana, one has to give the Savitri mantra in the Anushtup chandas, because the brahmachari is supposed to go and learn the Veda. Therefore, the Vag Devata's Anugraha is required. So, they think that the Savitri mantra in the Anushtup chandas has to be given as the Upadesha. But the Upanishad explicitly says that that is not correct, and one has to give only the Savitri mantra in the Gayatri chandas, because the Hiranyagarbha anyway includes all the devatas. The Vag devata means only the Vag devata Anugraha will be there, but the Gayatri chandas, whose Adhisthana devata is Hiranyagarbha or Prana, means that all the devatas Anugraha one will get. That way the Gayatri itself is praised. Okay, so right now the Gayatri Upasana is being praised. In the previous mantra we saw that pratigraha dosha, we call it, correct? Pratigraham means receiving something as a gift or a donation. So receiving itself is looked upon as a dosha in our tradition. So in our tradition, 2 things are there, very interesting. One is that danam is praised, correct? One is supposed to give danam. In fact, in the Gita also, Bhagavan even talks about 3 types of dana. Datavyam iti yaddanam diyate anupakarine. Like that, the Sattvika Dana is praised where you give because it is to be given to somebody, because somebody deserves, and it is also to be done. So you give it without anything, expecting anything back from them. Okay, you have to give and also say it is not mine, and then also you are not expecting anything back from them. Okay, that kind of a dana is praised in our tradition. In fact, my Guruji used to say something which is very, which I remember very much, is that you have to give even to those who are incapable of even thanking you. Okay, he used to say that in the context that we were building one Kripa home for the mentally challenged children. Okay, near Sri Perumbudur in Chennai, it is still there, that home. So when he was talking about raising funds for that, he used to say that the highest form of dana is to give somebody who is not even capable of thanking you. Okay, so like that, danam is praised, but then on the other side, pratigraham is looked upon as a dosha. Maybe that is the balancing act, I think. Otherwise, everybody will can take advantage of those who want to give dana. Correct. In fact, that happens a lot. If you go to any tirtha yatra and all that nowadays, many people, as though it is they actually pester you for danam and all that, which is also not correct. In fact, it is a papa actually to receive dana like that. It is not correct. It is a pratigraha dosha they will have, and but that dosha you will not get if you are a Gayatri Upasaka. That is why in our tradition it is said that every time you receive something, you have to do 1008 Gayatri. Okay, to offset that. And that 1008 is not included in your regular Sandhya Vandana Gayatri. It is separately you have to do as a Prayaschitta. Or if you receive some very big donation like a Godana and all that, you have to even do 10,000 Gayatris. Like that it is said. Okay. So, but the Gayatri is the mantra which protects you from the Pratigraha dosha. And for that we saw that even if you receive a lot, like that which is there, the that which is available in all the three lokas, you receive it as a gift, let us say, even then it is only equivalent to the punya of one pada of the Gayatri Upasana. Okay, you do the Gayatri Upasana of one pada, the punya of that will offset the Pratigraha dosha of receiving everything, the entire world. So that we saw. Now continuing, the sixth Kandika here also is actually the praise of the Gayatri Upasaka, but in turn it is a praise of the Gayatri Upasana itself. Okay, if you praise the Upasaka, you are praising the Upasana. So we'll see that ya iman strin lokan purnan pratigrinhiyat saha asyaha etat prathamam padam apnuyat. So again, what it is saying, this iman strin lokan purnan. So this all the things which are there in these three lokas, correct? Complete everything, purna. Pratigrinhiyat, you receive all that. Okay, let us say. Then what? Even then what? Asyaha etat prathamam padam apnuyat. So Gayatriyaha. Asyaha means here Gayatriyaha, because that is in the context here, correct? Under discussion. So this Gayatri Upasaka and the Gayatri Upasana, whatever you done, correct? You have done. That is the Prathama Pada Vijnana Phalam. Okay, means the result of doing Upasana on the Prathama Pada of the Gayatri is good enough to offset whatever the Pratigraha dosha you will have by receiving everything which is there completely, which is there in these three lokas. Then what? Further what? Atha yavatiyam trayi vidya yaha tavat pratigrinhiyat saha asyaha etad dvitiyam padamapnuyat. So next is what? Further, this all the three Vedas are there, and they are also able to give you karma phala, correct? And all that karma phala also you receive, let us say. Okay. Even then what? Only the Vijnana phalam, the Upasana phala of the second pada of the Gayatri will neutralize all that, will be exhausted, but you won't get any other more dosha, okay, or papa because of that pratigraha. Then third is what? Atha yavadidam prani yaha tavat pratigrinhiyat saha asyaha etat tritiyam padamapnuyat. Next is what? We are all interdependent, correct? We receive so many things from our fellow human beings. They are all, and even prani means even other beings, correct? Even cows are giving us milk. So many animals are helping us. Even insects are helping us by doing pollination. Otherwise, we won't have anything to eat really, in fact. So many beings are helping us and we are receiving all that bounty, correct? Every day we have to be grateful for all these things. And we are receiving all these things. So here it is saying, let us say all the pranis are giving you everything to you. But even that much of pratigraham receiving will not give you any pratigraha dosha, because then the third pada upasana pala will take care of it, he is saying. The Upanishad is saying, okay. Tritiyam padam apnuya. Okay. In fact, Bhashyakara will say in the Bhashya, we will see all these things are only hypothetical, he will say, because there is nobody can receive so much and nobody is there to give all these things also. So the Upanishad is just hypothetically talking all these things to praise the Gayatri Upasaka and the Upasana Phala itself. Okay. Therefore, but even then, the Upanishad goes one step further now. It says, okay, these three, so much you have received and still you are not getting any dosha because of that. But then still one more thing is still there, correct? What is that? The Turiyam Padam also is there. There also you are doing Upasana. So that is being now taken up. अथ अस्याः एतदेव तुरीयं दर्शतं पदं परो रजा य एष तपति नैव केनचन आप्यं उत उ एतावत् प्रतिगृह्णीयात्. So the fourth turiya pada is there, okay, which is paraha, okay, and which is the one which shines over everything, all the lokas, the Surya Mandalastha or Aditya Mandalastha Purusha. So you have done upasana on that Purusha and that phala is there. Now for that phala, there is nothing which can offset that, because already already all the things have been talked about in case of the other three pada phala, correct? So there is nothing which can offset the phala of that, because it is ananta phala in one way, correct? So therefore, kutau etavat pratigrinhiyat means for this, uh, there is nothing equivalent to that, correct? What will you take to offset that? Something like that. The Shruti is questioning. Means there is nothing like that. So that is the meaning here. So again, this is the praise of the Gayatri Upasaka. Now we will see the Bhashya. Saya iman stream. Okay, that is how it starts, correct? Saya iman stream, like that. So Sayaha Gayatri with. So Sayaha means the one who is the Gayatri with the Upasaka, the Gayatri Upasaka. Iman means these. What are these? Bhura, Dim, Trin, the Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, correct? Or Bhuhu, Antariksham, and Swaha. Those three, the Trin, and also in that what Purnan is there. Bhashyakara adds Go, Ashwadi, Dhana, Purna. So these three lokas are filled with wealth, correct? They are all filled with wealth. So Go, Ashwadi, Dhana, Purnan. So in those days, cow and horses and all these things only were considered as wealth, okay? Adi Padat, you can include other things, grains, etc. So all these wealth you have. So these three lokas are filled with all these wealth, and that you receive. Purnan lokan pratigrihniyat. All the three lokas you receive, in fact. Then what? Sab pratigraha. So that pratigraha, whatever the receiving you did, correct? Asyaha gayatriyaha etat prathamam padam yad vyakhyatam. Okay. Now those, whatever you have received, that is what? This Gayatri is first pada, correct? Which has been already described. Yad vyakhyatam apnuyat. Means apnuyat means here what? Prathama pada vijnana phalam tena bhuktam syat. Means the prathama pada vijnana phala. So the vijnana means here upasana only. So the upasana phala on the prathama pada will be exhausted by that tena bhuktam. It will be used up for that, you can say, correct? It will offset that pratigraha dosha, and further it will not be there. So he is saying natu adhika doshat dosha utpadakaha sapratigraha. That pratigraha will not be able to produce any more dosha because it will be neutralized by the upasana pala of the prathama pada or prathama pada. Both are same. Then atha punaha yavatiyam trayi vidya yastavat pratigrinhiyat saha asyaha etadvitiyam padamapnuyat dvitiya padavignana phalam tena bhuktam syat. So again, whatever is there, correct? Yavati yam trayi vidya, whatever these three vidyas can give, up to that limit, you receive everything. Means everything, all the karma phala which the three Vedas can give you, you receive all that. Okay, tavat pratigrinyat. Then what? Even then what? Saha asyaha etadvitiyam padamapnuyat. Means whoever is giving you that, he will get the your punya of the results of the upasana on the second pada. So dvitiya pada vijnana phalam tena bhuktam syat. So your upasana phala on the second pada will be exhausted by that. It will be used up or it will offset it. Similarly, third, tatha yavadidam prani yastavat pratigrinhiya. So whatever you can receive from all the beings which are there. Okay. Now, even those things what saha asyaha etat tritiyam padamapnuya tena tritiya padavijnana phalam bhuktam syat. So by that the third padas upasana phala will be exhausted or used up. Okay. So having said this, now Bhashyakara says, see, kalpayitva idam uchyate. Now you can ask, is it possible that all these things can be received by anybody or anybody can give it? Means that's why Bhashyakara says this is all only hypothetical. Kalpayitva idam uchyate. It is only an imagination or assumption. Assuming that somebody can give all these things, even then you will not get any papa, extra papa. That is the point here. Because what he is saying, padatraya samamapi यदि कश्चित् प्रतिगृह्णीयात् तत् पादत्रय विज्ञान फलस्य एव क्षयकरणम्. So Bhashyakara says, even if you receive all these things which is equivalent to the upasana on the three padas, correct? Even then what? Only the punya which you have gained by doing upasana on the three padas will be exhausted. That will be the kshaya karana for that. But you won't get any other dosha. So he says, Natu anyasya doshasya kartritve kshamam. So the whatever receiving you are doing, it does not have the capacity to create any more dosha or papa for you. Okay. But what he is saying, but all this is fine. But now he is saying, Nacha evam data pratigrahita va. So, but there is nobody in this manner to give or receive, correct? There is nobody like that, he says. So that's why it is kalpayitva idamuchyate, he said. It is all only hypothetical because there is nobody who will be able to give all these things and nobody can even receive all those things. Therefore, what he says, Gayatri Vijnana Stutaye Kalpyate. So all these things have been said hypothetically only to praise the Gayatri Upasana, Vijnana Stuti. Because for the sake of praising the Gayatri Upasana, only these things have been said. Now he says, even if somebody is there like that, okay, or even if this happens, Data Pratigrahita cha yadyapi evam sambhavyate. So let us say it is possible to give all these things and the Gayatri Upasaka is able to receive all these things also. Even then what? Na so pratigraha aparadakshamaha means it doesn't have the capability to produce any aparadha, means any dosha. Okay. It will not cause you any problems, even though you receive all these things. Why? He is asking. Kasmat. Okay. Yataha abhyadikamapi purushartha vijnanam avashishtameva chaturtha pada vishayam gayatriyaha. So even let us say you have received all these things and you have also offset it with your upasana phala on the three padas. Are you then still left with anything or not? Means you are still left with a lot. That's what Bhashyakara is saying. And that is what? It is abhyadikamapi purushartha vijnanam, he says. So whatever you can desire for from these upasanas, it is the highest possible. Abhyadikam is still there with you. Because That is avashishtameva, he is saying. It is still left with you. Lot of ananta phalam is left with you still. Why? That is from the chaturtha pada vishayam gayatriyaha, because still the punya phala of the upasana and the chaturtha pada is still there with you. Now that's what the Shruti is now showing. He is saying tad darshayati, what atha asyaha etadeva turiyam darshatam padam paro raja ya esha tapati. So we have already seen the meaning for this etadeva turiyam darshatam padam paro raja ya esha tapati. So that is what now again is alluded to the fourth pada. And yadi etat naiva kenachana kenachidapi pratigrahena apyam naiva prapyam ityarthaha. So this one can never be offset by any kind of receiving, it says, because anything you receive is anyway offset by the first three itself. Now this thing is still available to you, so much punya by doing this upasana. It cannot be offset or exhausted by you receiving anything. It is available. Because he is saying, yatha purvoktani trini padani, etani api naiva apyani kenachit, he says. Because all the three padas which are already we talked about, their punya only cannot be offset by anything you receive. Or whatever you receive will be taken care of those three only. Therefore, this fourth one's punya, you have it for yourself. Okay. But again, he says what? Even this is only hypothetical. He's saying kalpayitva eva muktam. So whatever was said till now in this manner, all these things are only hypothetical. It is all only assumption or assuming that this can happen. Even then, you don't have a problem. That is what is being said here. But in reality, what? Paramarthataha kutau etavat pratigrinhiya trailokyadi samam means what can you receive which is equivalent to these three lokas? That means you cannot receive anything, or even if you receive anything, all that will not cause you any aparadha or dosha. It will not cause any problem to you. Therefore, what? All this, why it is being said? Because you have to do Gayatri Upasana. Tasmad Gayatri Evam Prakara Upasya iti arthaha. So the meaning is what? All this praise is being done only to goad you, to make you do the Gayatri Upasana. Okay. So that's why the Gayatri mantra japa is very, very, very important for us. Okay. Here anyway we are talking about a particular kind of Gayatri Upasana, but even otherwise, for everybody, particularly those who have undergone Upanayana, this daily Gayatri japa is the greatest form of protection. Okay. That many people don't understand that. And they give it up also. That is a sad thing nowadays. Okay, further, we have some more praise of Gayatri. In fact, here, again, the Gayatri Upasthanam is going to be talked about. Upasthanam means namaskaram. Okay, are going near and staying. Upasthana literally means, but here it means actually going near and doing namaskaram. And so you do namaskara to Gayatri with a particular mantra here, and then that namaskara means basically you are doing namaskara and you are doing prarthana, correct? And then you can ask for the prarthana phala in three different ways. That is also said here. Out of which one is abhichara prayoga, what we call as abhichara means you are doing a prayoga to affect somebody else. Okay, let us say like black magic and all that. Now that also is talked about here. Although these things are talked about in the Atharvana Veda, mostly it is said. But in different Vedas, such prayogas are also there. That doesn't mean you have to use it. It is like these are also there. Okay. That's what one has to be aware of. But one should not use it. Particularly a mumukshu has no need to do abhichara prayoga. So now, tasyaha upasthanam Gayatri asya Gayatri asi ekapadi dvipadi tripadi chatushpadi apad asi nahi padyase. Okay. So now Tasyaha Upasthanam means Gayatriyaha Upasthanam. Now we are doing Namaskara to Gayatri. And what is the mantra we say? In fact, daily when we do Sandhya Vandanam also, we do Gayatri Upasthanam. Correct? We do Gayatri Japa and then we do Gayatri Upasthanam immediately after we complete the Gayatri Japam. And then there are mantras for that. In fact, each Veda, the mantras differ. So I am a Samavedi, so my Gayatri Upasthana mantras are different, and it is different during the morning and Madhyanika during the noon, and in the evening also we have different mantras are there. Okay, but it starts like Uttame Shikhare Devi Bhumyam Parvata Murdhani Brahmanebhyo Hyanujnanam Gacha Devi Yatasukam, like that. I don't know, that may be common, I think, but otherwise then it is different for each Veda, or it may be different for each sutra also within the Veda. There are differences in how we do, but here one Upasthana mantra is given. What is that? Gayatri Asi Ekapadi Dvipadi Tripadi Chatushpadi. So you Gayatri, you are having Ekapada, correct? Which is in the form of the three lokas. Then the Dvipadi means the second pada also is there, which is in the form of the Trayi Vidya, we said. Then the Tripadi is in the form of the three prana, correct? And Chatushpadi is the Turiya Pada, which is in the form of the Aditya Mandalastha Purusha. But then, interestingly, it says what? It says Chatushpad Padi and then Apad. Also, it is saying Apadasi. So, you are Apad, means you don't have any Pada in reality. That is the Nirupadika Brahman, because when we say Ekapadi, Dvipadi, Tripadi, Chatushpad and all that, that is all Sagunam Brahma. But in reality, Gayatri is only pointing to the Nirgunam Brahma. So that Nirgunam Brahma is Apat, means you can visualize Sagunam Brahma as an object, correct? In different ways with different gunas. But then the Nirgunam Brahma cannot be objectified and known. That's why it is called Apad. So Upanishad itself says, Nahi Padyase. Why it is Apad? Why the Gayatri is Apadasi? Why you are Apad? Means you cannot be known. But you cannot be known means it's not that you cannot be known at all. You cannot be known as an object because you are my very Atma. That is the thing here. Okay. Gayatri also is pointing out to the Pratyagatma only. The Nirupadika Brahman, which is Pratyagatma, which is the innermost self, that is only pointed out by Gayatri, finally. So, Apadasi, Nahi Padyase. Padyase means Nyayase, Bhashyakara will say, means you cannot know. No, you cannot know as an object. That you have to add always. Remember that. Because it is known as Neti Neti. That is also Bhashyakara will say. Gayatri also has to be finally the Gayatri Swarupa is what? Atma Swarupa only. And it has to be known as not this, not this. And after you have negated everything, whatever is left is the Atma Swarupa. You have to know it that way, not as an object. And then again what? That Gayatri Namaste Turiyaya Darshataya Padaya Parorajase Asau Adaha Ma Prapaditi. So up to this iti, this is the Upasthana mantra. Namaste Turiyaya Darshataya Padaya Parorajase. Also we say we do Namaskara to the fourth one, who is the Aditya Mandalastha Purusha. Okay, who is the one who is shining everywhere and all that. And after doing Namaskara to that Aditya Mandalastha Purusha, and now what you say? Asau means here, Asau means the Shatru, your enemy. Okay. In this case, the enemy is what? Your own Papa. Because your own Papa is not allowing you to realize the Gayatri Swarupa. Therefore, the first prayer here, or the prayoga of this Upasthana is what? Your prayer is that whatever is stopping me or obstructing me from attaining you, that, okay, Adaha again, that Now, may actually be never reach me, means no obstacle should come to me. Okay. I should not get. Ma prapat means those obstacles should not come to me. May I not get any obstruction or obstacle in gaining you, for gaining you. Okay. Like this. That is the first prayer. The first prayer is asau adaha ma prapat. Itself is a prayer. Okay, it should not come to me. Any obstruction should not come to me, which will stop me from attaining you. Then the abhichara prayoga comes. So yam dvishyat asau asmai kamaha ma samriddhiti. Okay, so the next one is what? So either you can chant this mantra, see, up to namaste turiyaya darshataya padaya paro rajase, and then instead of saying asau adaha ma prapaditi, you can say asau asmai kamo ma samriddhiti samriddhi, like that. Okay, means in this case, what is the prayer? After you do the namaskara, the prayer is what? If you actually don't like somebody, hate somebody, dvishyat. So whoever is your enemy, whom you don't like, then what do you say? His kama should not be fulfilled. His desire should not be fulfilled. Ma samriddhi. That means it should not. He should not gain that. Whoever is your enemy, he should not gain whatever he is desiring, and mostly he is desiring to. He is desiring to do something bad to you. Correct? Something to obstruct you in some way or give you some problems. Now that desire should not be fulfilled. That is one thing. This is a abhichara prayoga in one way. The other thing is what? It is even more interesting. Va nahai naha eva asmai sa kamaha samriddhyate. Other thing is what? Whatever he is desiring, I should get that. Okay. So instead of your enemy getting whatever he is desiring, you want to get it yourself. This is also another prayer here. So three types of prayer are there. Then yasma evam upatishtate aham adaha prapam iti. That's what. So that whatever is there, which is there, which your enemy is desiring, may I get that. Okay. That is the aham adaha prapam. I may get that. That is the uh, prayer here. So three types of prayer, depending on what you want, you can use any of these three. Bhashyakara will say. So we'll see the bhashya. Tasyaha upasthanam. That's how it starts here. So tasyaha gayatriyaha. Tasyaha means here the gayatriyaha, gayatris. Upasthanam means namaskaram. So upasthanam, Bhashyakara gives the vigraha here. Upetya sthanam. Upetya means going near somebody. Okay, having being near somebody, and then you are there, and then you do namaskara. You go to somebody and do namaskara. Correct? Like that. So that is the idea. Upasthanam means you go near somebody and do namaskara. Namaskara. So upetya sthanam namaskaranam anena mantrena. And how do you do namaskara? By telling this mantra, whatever is going to come. And what is that? Ko asau mantraha ityaha. So what is that mantra that is being said here? He Gayatri asi. So he Gayatri, you are, like that it is said here. Again, this is Sambodhana here. It is not Gayatri, the Dirgha. So it is actually Hraswa. That's why Bhashyakara adds He here. So that is Sambodhana. You are calling out Gayatri. Hey Gayatri, you are, like that. What? So Asi means Bhavasi. That's what Bhashyakara. You are Trailokya Padena Ekapadi. You are Ekapadi in the form of the three lokas. Then what? Trayi Vidya Rupena Dvitiyena Dvipadi. So you have the second pada in the form of the three Vidyas, the three Vedas. Then Pranadina Tritiyena Tripadi Asi. So you are the one is the third pada, which is in the form of the three pranas. And chaturthena turiyena chatushpadiyasi. So you are chatushpadi with the fourth pada, which is the Aditya Mandalastha Purusha. So in this manner, what evam chaturbihi padaihi upasakaihi padyase nyayase. So these four padas are done, upasana is done by the upasakas, okay, and you are known in that way as with these gunas, okay, the saguna rupa upasakas know you in this manner with the four padas. But then there is something more than that. There is something more than the sagunam brahma. What is that? Ataha param parena nirupadhikena swena atmana apadasi. But in reality, what? Your Swarupa is what? Without any pada or any pada. Your, your very nature, your Swarupa is that it doesn't have any upadhis. All these things are only aupadhika, sopadhika. Okay, along with the upadhis, we can visualize you with all these four padas. But through all this, what we have to really understand is that you, without any upadhi, your Swarupa is without any padas or padas, and that's why you are apat. Okay, apat means what? Bhashyakara gives the vigraha here. Avidyamanam padam yasyaha tava. So the one who has no padas really, okay, by which you can be known as an object. So yena padyase. So Bhashyakara, that's why you are apat. Sa tvam apatasi. So the one who does not have any padas through which you can be known. That's why you are that apat, the one who does not have any pada, apadasi. Therefore, what? Yasmat, because of that, nahi padyase, you cannot be known as an object. But still, you are somebody who is very, very directly, intimately known to everybody. Why? Because you are in the form of the Atma. That's why Bhashyakara immediately adds Neti neti iti atmatvat. Because you are the very Atma, you are my very Atma, I cannot know you because you are the knower's very Swarupa. Being the Swarupa of the knower, you cannot be known as an object. You need not be known as an object. That is the beauty here, correct? You need not be known as an object. So he says Neti neti iti atmatvat. So this, you are my very Atma. So you cannot be known. That is the beauty here, correct? And you need not be known. That is the interesting thing here. So, further what? Ataha vyavahara vishayaya namaste turiyaya darshataaya padaya paro rajase. So, therefore, what I am doing? Namaskaram to you. Namaste. Who is the fourth? Darshataya padaya paro rajase and all we have seen the meaning. But all these things are only vyavahara vishayaya, like that Bhashyakara adds here. Means these are all only in the Vyavahara. In the Vyavahara, you are having all these gunas. Okay. But in reality, you are apat. Okay, you don't have any pada at all. And then asau shatruhu papma tvat prapti vigna karaha. So asau next here, asau is there in the Upanishad, correct? Asau adaha. No, asau here means the shatru. And what is the shatru? Your own papa, papma. And what does this papa do? Tvat prapti vigna karaha, which is the one which is obstructing me gaining you. Okay, tvat prapti, your gaining by me is obstructed by these papas. That is the asau. And that, okay, adaha tat atmanaha karyam yat tvat prapti vigna kartritvam ma prapat. Now that papa may not reach me, should not reach me, means what? No, none of that obstacles should come to me so that I should be able to easily attain you. That is the prayer, correct? Ma prapat, ma eva prapnotu iti, may it not reach me. Iti, then shabdaha mantra parisamaptyarthaha. So the iti shabda is to only indicate that the mantra is over with this ma prapat. Okay. So iti shabdaha mantra parisamaptyarthaha, to indicate that the mantra is completed. Now further what? Yam dvishyat, yam prati dvesham kuryat, swayam vidwan. So this vidwan by himself, he has dvesha towards somebody, hatred towards somebody, or dislike. Then what? If you don't like somebody, towards them you can do this upasthana. Is saying tam prati anena upasthanam. So when you do the Gayatri Namaskara, now this prayer you can do. What is this prayer? Again, Asau Shatruhu, Amuka Nameti. You can even give some name. Okay, he has some name. Nama Grinniyat, Asmai Yajna Dattaya, Abhipretaha Kamaha Ma Samriddhi, Samriddhim Ma Prapnot Itiva Upatishthate. So, Asmai Yajna Dattaya means somebody. Yajna Datta is some person. Okay, Devadatta, Yajna Datta and all we normally use in the Shastra. And whatever he desires, correct, in his mind, abhipretaha kamaha, he has a preeti towards something. Okay, whatever he wants to gain, his desire. Ma samriddhi means what? Samriddhim ma prapnotu iti means he may not get, he should not get it. That is the prayer here. Okay, may he not get it. Whatever, so you name him explicitly, you have to name that object should never see, samriddhi means you can say flourishing, growing, and all that, correct? Means that object should not grow or it should not be available to him. Okay. So against whom you are doing this, for whomever you are doing this, so you have to use this kind of a this kind of a prayer. So it's basically an abhichara prayoga, like I told you, because you should not the other person should not get. That is the upasthana here. Upatishthate means the same thing. Upasthanam in the form of a verb. Okay, upatishthate. So may he not gain that. Like that you pray. You do the namaskara. So this is the second one. Now third is what? Naha eva asmai devadattaya sakamaha samriddhyate kasmai yasmai evam upatishthate. So okay, this is not the third one, but the same thing he's saying. He's just explaining now. So may he not gain this Devadatta, whatever karma he has, may it not become available to him, may it not come to him. Okay, with reference to whomever you are doing this namaskara, he should not get that. Further, what third one? Aham adaha devadatta abhipretam prapamiti. He should not get, but I should get it. Okay, that is the third one. So aham adaha devadatta abhipretam prapam. Whatever devadatta desires, may I get it? Okay. So like this, three things are there. One is my obstacle should not reach me. Second is whatever is desired by the one whom I hate or I don't like, he should not get it. Third is whatever he likes, I should get it. Okay. So all these things are there. Now Bhashyakara says, Asau adaha ma prapad ityadi trayanam mantra padanam yatha kamam vikalpaha. Now which one should I use means depending on whatever you want, you can use any one of those three things he's saying. It is optional. Okay, during the prayer, you can either say Asau adaha ma prapat, which is fine, I think. Okay. Or you can say Asau asmai kamaha ma samriddhi. Okay. Or asmai sakamaha samriddhyate, like that. That all the any one of those things you can use with the previous portion of this mantra as a prayer. Okay, this is the upasthana. So again, this Gayatri upasthanam has been mentioned. Now, finally, what? One more we have. Hopefully, we'll finish it today. So, etad havai tad janakaha vaidehaha budilam ashvatarashvim uvacha yennuho tad Gayatri with abrutha atha katham hasti bhutaha vahasi iti. Okay, now here this etad havai and all is, it is just to, etad means here the Gayatri only. Etad Havai means it is something, some story which happened long back, that is being remembered now. Okay. Now that Janaka, Tat here means basically with reference to the Gayatri. Okay. That which is this, with reference to that, Janaka is now asking a person called Budila. Budila. Budila is the name of the person, and he is actually the son of Ashwatara, Ashwatarashva. Okay. His father's name is Ashwatarashva. Ashwatarashvasya apatyam will be Ashwatarashvihi. Okay. And then the second case of that is Ashwatarashvim is there. So Ashwatarashvim Budilam Uvacha. So to that Budila, Janaka is saying, what? Yennuho tad Gayatri with Abrutha means you told me you are a knower of this Gayatri, means you are a Gayatri Upasaka. So you told me that you are a Gayatri Upasaka, means that question itself is basically a question. You are questioning, through the question, you are questioning his claim. Okay, that is the idea here. That Yennu, that Nu is bringing in such kind of a questioning. Okay, and so he basically he is just thinking whether whatever he said is correct or not. In that manner, this question is there. So you told me that you are a Gayatri Upasaka. But then there is something which doesn't add up. What is that? Atha katam hasti bhutaha vahasi iti. But still, Janaka is somehow able to see in him that he has a lot of pratigraha dosha, which is like an elephant which is sitting on him, it seems. Okay. You are carrying an elephant with you. What kind of elephant? Pratigraha dosha. Means even though you are a Gayatri Upasaka, you are having Pratigraha dosha, means what? Then that doesn't add up, correct? A Gayatri Upasaka cannot have any Pratigraha dosha. Whatever he may receive as dana, that should not really affect him or give him any bad effects, correct? But in this case, he is carrying all that papa with him like an elephant, like he is carrying an elephant, Hasti Bhutaha. Vahasi, he is carrying all that. Once Janaka asks like this, he accepts, yes. Why? Because there is some deficiency in my upasana. What is that deficiency? He says, Mukam hi asyaha samrad na vidanchakara. Means I don't know the mukha or the mouth of this Gayatri. Unless I am able to do upasana with 3 padas and 4 pada and all is fine, but still one has to do upasana of the Gayatri along with its mukha also. Okay. So what is the mouth of this Gayatri? I don't know. Because of which my upasana is deficient. Therefore only I am still having this pratigraha dosha, he is saying. Hey Samrat, I don't know Gayatri's mukha. And then what Janaka is telling him then? What is the Gayatri's mukha? So iti hovacha tasyaha agni reva mukham. So the Gayatri's mukha is really, mouth is really Agni. That's what he is saying, Janaka. So Agni Devata is the mouth of Gayatri. And yadi hava api bahvi va agnau abhyadadati sarvameva tat sandahati. So you put a lot of fuel into the fire, still it will burn, correct? That's what he is saying. So the fire has that capacity. How much ever fuel you give, it's not going to say enough. That's why it is called Analaha. One beautiful name for fire is Anal, correct? Analaha, Anala. Why it is called Analaha? Because it never says Alam. Alam means enough in Sanskrit. And fire will never say enough. How much ever fuel you give, it will keep on burning it. Therefore, it's called Analaha. So, Bahvi va agnau abhya dhadati sarvameva tat sandahati. Everything it will burn. Similarly, what? Evam ha, evam with, evam eva, evam with, yadyapi bahvi va papam kurute. So, similarly, the Gayatri Upasaka, correct? The evam with, even if he does lot of papa, correct? Means in here papa means that pratigraha dosha papa only. That means he receives a lot, and because of which he has done lot of papa, let us say. Even then what? Sarva mevatat. Samapsaya. Samapsaya means it will eat up everything, it seems. it will it will consume all that papa will be consumed by the Gayatri. Gayatri's Mukha itself, it will be consumed, which is Agni, correct? And therefore, this Evam with this one who does Upasana of Gayatri in this manner, that Gayatri's mouth is fire, for him there will not be any papa, all that will be consumed, and he will remain Shuddhaha, like even the fire purifies. This Gayatri Upasana purifies you. So, Shuddhaha, Putaha, Ajaraha, Amritaha. So all this, you will be pure, you will be purified, and you will not become old, and you will be immortal, all that, like a Deva. Okay. And therefore, you will not have any Pratigraha dosha, and because of which you will not have any problems. So uh, that is the thing here. Amritaha sambhavati. Now we'll see the bhashya quickly. Gayatriya mukha vidanaya arthavadaha uchyate. So now the story is being told by the Upanishad to to mandate the mukha. What is the mouth of the Gayatri? So you have to do upasana also that way. Etad ha kila vai smaryate. So etad ha kila vai smaryate. So ha means indeed, vai means it is remembering something which happened long back. Tat tatra, tat means here tatra with reference to Gayatri Vijnana Vishaye. That's what he is saying. It is with reference to the Gayatri Upasana. And what did he say? Janaka, Janakaha Vaidehaha. Janaka is the king of Videha, correct? So that's why he is called Vaidehaha. Budilaha Namataha. So Budilaha is the name of the person to whom he is talking now. And who is this Budilaha? Ashwatarashvasya Patyam. So his father's name is Ashwatarashva. So he is the progeny of Ashwatarashva. And therefore he is Ashwatarashvihi. That is the Tadita Prayoga, correct? Like Dasharathihi. Dasharathasya apatyam Ramaha is Dasharathi. Similarly, Ashwatarasya apatyam Ashwatarashvihi tam, and to him what Kila Uktavan, he indeed said this. What did he say? Yat nu iti vitarke. That nu is vitarka. That's what. That question is not for the sake of getting an answer. The question is to question the person's claim. Okay. So that is the vitarka here. It is deliberately is doing that. So, yennu iti vitarke, ho, aho ityetat, again it is an exclamation, ho there. So, he is saying what? Yennu ho, tat yat, tvam Gayatri with bruthaha, abruthaha. You said you are a Gayatri with, okay. So, he has told Janaka, Gayatri with Asmi, I am a Gayatri Upasaka. Iti yat abrutha, whatever you said. Kimidam tasya vachasaha ananurupam means, but there is something which is not in keeping with whatever you have said, correct? Something which is different now. Anurupam means it is in keeping with whatever you have said. Ananurupam means something is not adding up now. Something is, I am seeing something which is not in keeping with whatever you have said, that you are a Gayatri Upasaka. What is that? Atha katam. How is that? Means, yadi Gayatri with pratigraha doshena hasti bhutaha vahasi iti. So if you are a Gayatri Upasaka, then the Pratigraha dosha, because of that, you will not be carrying something like an elephant on your head. Okay. So he is saying that. So now what this Budila is saying now, Sapratyaha Rajnya Smaritaha. So the one now he is telling the Raja, who is Janaka, what is he saying? Mukham Gayatriyaha hi yasmat asyaha he samrat na vidanchakara na vijnatavanasmi. So this Gayatri's Mukha, I don't know. Okay. Because of that only there is a deficiency in my upasana. Therefore, I am having this problem. The Pratigraha dosha is still sticking to me. Okay. Iti hovacha. That's what Bhashyakara explains here. Ekanga vikalatvat means one part is deficient now. I don't know the mukha of the Gayatri and I am not able to do the upasana, and therefore my upasana is not complete. One part is missing. Okay, it is deficient in one part. So Ekanga Vikalatvat Gayatri Vijnanam Mama Aphalam Jatam. Therefore, I did not get the full phala of the Gayatri Upasana. That is why I am having this problem. Okay, once he says that he has that problem, what does Janaka say? He says, okay, now listen. Shrinu Tarhi, then you listen now. Tasyaha Gayatriyaha Agnihi eva Mukham. So Agni Devata is the Mukha of this Gayatri. And why it is said like that? Yadi Havai Api Vanhi va Indhanam. Bahvi va indhanam. So Bahvi va means here this lot of fuel. Okay. Agnav abhya dadati laukikaha. So in the loka, people can put lot of fuel into the Agni. Even then what? Sarvameva tat sandahati eva indhanam. So Agnihi. So that Agni will then burn all that fuel. Okay. Similarly, what? Evam haiva evam with gayatriyaha agnihi mukham iti evam. So the one in this manner does upasana of Gayatri as the one who has the mouth as Agni Devata. Gayatri's mukha is Agni Devata. Like that, if you do the upasana. So ityevam veti, ityevam with syat, swayam Gayatri atma Agni mukhaha san. So now you become the self of that Gayatri whose mouth is Agni now. Correct? Now in that case, what happens? Being that yadyapi bakhviva papam kurute, even though you may do lot of papa, and how are you doing papa? Pratigrahadi dosham means pratigraha etc. Dosha is there with you, which is the lot of papa. But then what happens to all that? Tat sarvam, all that papa jatam samapsaya bhakshayitva. So samapsaya means bhakshayitva, having eaten all that papa. Okay, all that papa will be consumed. It will not affect you. Shuddhaha agnivat putascha. So like even the Agni, you become purified. Okay, that is the meaning here. So Shuddhaha, you are pure, and also Putaha means you will be cleansed off. You will be purified or cleansed. That is the meaning of Puta. And therefore what? Tasmat pratigraha doshat Gayatri atma ajaraha amritascha sambhavati. You will be the one with this. You will be one with without being old, getting old and all that. Correct? Ajaraha. You will not gain any old age. You will not become old. You will always be young. And amritaha, immortal, means you will become a deva because of this upasana. And that's what. If you are not a mumukshu and you are not seeking moksha, still this Gayatri upasana can give you up to the Brahmaloka phala, correct? Or Krama Mukti also is possible, we have to say. Being an upasaka, even though you don't have jnanam here, you go to Brahmaloka and there Brahmaji will teach you the same thing. Okay. That's why my Guruji used to say, why should you put all this effort right now in this Janma? You have this teaching, you have a Guru, then learn and gain whatever is to be gained here. You don't have to put all this effort to go to Brahma Loka and still listen to the same teaching from Brahmaji. Okay, that's not going to be any different. The Vedanta teaching is the same, whether you get it here in the Bhuloka from some Guru or you go to Brahma Loka and Brahmaji will teach you. Okay, so with this Panchamadhyayasya Chaturdasham Brahmanam is over. Correct? Iti Panchamadhyayasya Chaturdasham Brahmanam. Then one more Brahmana is there in this Panchamadhyaya, which is actually a repetition of the Ishavasya Upanishad mantras. And like the four mantras from there, they have picked and put it as one thing here. Correct? Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapihi mukham. Like that, see, Tattvam Pushan Napavrunu Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye Pushanye Karshe Yamasurya Prajapatya Vyuha Rashmin. All these things are from the Ishavasya. Ishavasyam also is Shukla Yajurveda. Understand that. But the Ishavasya Upanishad is in the Samhita. The Brhadaranyaka is in the Shatapatha Brahmana. It is a Brahmana Upanishad. Generally, the Brahmana portion is supposed to give the commentary on the Samhita. So that way also there is no surprise that Brhadaranyaka has used the mantras from the Ishavasya because they both belong to the same Shukla Yajurveda. This we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.